Hello, dear listener, and welcome. Tonight, as the world outside begins to quiet its ceaseless hum, and you settle into the soft embrace of your space, we turn our thoughts to a concept that defines our very existence, yet often slips through our fingers like grains of sand: time. Imagine, if you will, a world not so unlike our own, yet fundamentally transformed by time itself. Not merely as a measurement, a progression of moments, but as a palpable, tangible essence. In this world, the ticking of the clock is not merely an abstract concept, but a deeply personal, ever-present reality, displayed for all to see. Picture a subtle glow beneath the skin of your forearm, a digital countdown, a constant reminder of the remaining moments of your life. In this particular vision, a story unfolds in the year 2169, where humanity has achieved a remarkable, yet profoundly unsettling, feat of genetic engineering. On their 25th birthday, every individual's biological clock, the natural process of aging, simply stops. A magnificent achievement, one might think, a pause in the relentless march of entropy, a prolonged youth. But with this gift comes a profound shift, for at that very moment, a new clock begins its countdown. A one-year timer, shimmering on the skin, a testament to the new currency of life. When this year ticks down to zero, life simply ceases. No fading, no illness, just an instantaneous, absolute end. Time, then, becomes everything. It is the breath in your lungs, the beat of your heart, the very substance of your being. It is the universal fiat currency, a medium of exchange more precious than gold, more vital than water. Imagine the weight of this reality, the constant awareness of your remaining seconds, minutes, hours, years. It can be transferred from person to person, a simple brush of forearms, a silent transaction of life itself. It can be stored, hoarded even, in secure vaults, gleaming capsules of precious moments, each one a breath, a memory, a future. This radical redefinition of time casts a long shadow over society, carving it into stark, unwavering time zones. On one side, there is Dayton, a manufacturing hub, a bustling, striving ghetto, where the hands on the clocks are perpetually racing against zero. Here, people rarely possess more than 24 hours on their digital displays. Life is a relentless struggle, a desperate sprint from one moment to the next, a constant negotiation with mortality. Every decision is weighed against the cost and time, every luxury, every comfort, a dangerous expenditure. The fear of timing out is not a distant possibility, but an ever-present specter, a breath held too long. Then there is New Greenwich, the opulent, serene zone of the plutocrats. Here time is not merely abundant, it is effectively infinite. Individuals possess centuries, millennia, enough time to be, for all intents and purposes, immortal. Imagine the profound difference in perspective. What does it mean to live when death is a distant whisper, easily outrun by the sheer volume of time you possess? The concerns shift from survival to legacy, from sustenance to ennui. The relentless pressure of the ticking clock is lifted, replaced perhaps by a different kind of weight, the weight of endless possibility, or perhaps, the emptiness of a life without genuine risk. Let us pause for a moment and consider the very nature of time itself, beyond this fascinating, if chilling, construct. In our own world, time is a concept we grapple with constantly. Is it a fundamental aspect of the universe, an inherent dimension alongside space? Or is it merely a construct of our consciousness, a way for us to order and understand change? Philosophers have pondered this for millennia. St. Augustine of Hippo famously confessed, "What then is time? If no one asks me, I know. If I wish to explain it to one who asks, I do not know. It flows, it progresses, it defines cause and effect. Yet we cannot hold it, touch it, store it. We can only experience its passage. In the world we are exploring tonight, this elusive quality is stripped away. Time is made concrete, quantifiable, a resource. This transformation forces us to confront the very core of our relationship with existence. When life itself is a commodity, what becomes of human value? What becomes of compassion, of altruism? The system inherently pits one against another, for to gain time is often to take it from someone else, or to earn it through labor that benefits those who already possess an abundance. Consider the profound implications of stopping aging at 25. Scientifically, this touches upon our deepest desires and our most cutting-edge research. The quest for anti-aging, for extending human lifespan, is a vibrant field. Scientists delve into the mysteries of telomeres, the protective caps on our chromosomes that shorten with each cell division, acting as a biological clock. They explore cellular senescence, the accumulation of aged cells that contribute to decline. They investigate genetic pathways, nutritional interventions, and molecular therapies, all aimed at slowing or even reversing the aging process. In this fictional world, such genetic mastery has been achieved, but with a cruel twist. The ability to halt physical degradation at its peak is not a path to eternal life, but merely a reset button for a new, externalized clock. The internal, biological clock is subdued, only to be replaced by a visible, digital one. This raises ethical questions we can ponder as we drift towards sleep. If we could halt aging, should we? What would be the societal impact? Would it exacerbate existing inequalities, creating a divide between those who can afford eternal youth and those who cannot? This world presents a stark answer. Absolutely. The subdermal tattoo-like digital clock itself is a marvel of bioengineering. Imagine the intricate nanotechnology required, a seamless integration of organic material and advanced display technology. Perhaps it draws energy from the body's own metabolic processes, a quiet glow powered by life itself. It is a constant, personal data display, visible to all, revealing not just a number, but a person's very worth in this chilling new economy. It is an identifier, a status symbol, and a death warrant all in one. The quiet hum of these digital clocks, a collective whisper of lives counting down, would be the ambient soundscape of this future. The system in this world is inherently designed to maintain the status quo. Those with vast reserves of time, the plutocrats of New Greenwich, subtly manipulate the economy. They constantly increase prices, ensuring that the poor, those in Dayton, must work ever harder, for ever less time, merely to survive. A loaf of bread, a bus fare, rent, these are not just monetary transactions, but exchanges of precious life. A 2-day loan can consume 2 days of labor, leaving one vulnerable, teetering on the edge of oblivion. This mirrors, in a hyperbolized way, the economic inequalities of our own world, where the cost of living can outpace wages, trapping individuals in a cycle of struggle. Consider the simple act of paying for a bus fare. In our world, it's a few coins, a tap of a card. In Dayton, it could mean the difference between life and death. Imagine Rachel, a mother, working tirelessly, perhaps in the garment district, liquidating a 2-day loan, only to find herself with insufficient time for the bus fare home. The ambivalent driver, a product of a hardened world, offers no quarter. The desperate sprint, the precious seconds slipping away, the heartbreaking realization that she will not make it, not because of a lack of effort, but a lack of time. And then, in her son's arms, her clock hits 0. An instant, silent end. This is the brutal reality of a system that commodifies life itself. This tragic event, this ultimate injustice, fuels a profound rage in her son, Will Salas. It is a rage born of helplessness, of witnessing the arbitrary cruelty of a system that favors the wealthy with eternity, while condemning the poor to a swift demise. He internalizes the words of Henry Hamilton, a man who had accumulated vast time, only to be consumed by despair, seeing the truth of the system. The people of New Greenwich hoard most of the time, while constantly increasing prices to impoverished people in less prosperous districts. Hamilton, weary of immortality, passes his vast time to will, a desperate act of rebellion, a final, quiet protest against a world he could no longer bear. Will's journey from Dayton to New Greenwich is more than a geographical relocation, it is a crossing of existential boundaries. He arrives in the world of the time-rich, where moments are savored, but perhaps also taken for granted. He enters a casino, a place where fortunes are won and lost, but here the stakes are ultimate. A game of poker, a gamble with his very existence, culminating in a win of a millennium of time. Imagine that feeling, 1,000 years. What would you do with such an unimaginable expanse of life? The weight of it, the freedom of it. Yet, even in this world of endless time, there are subtle anxieties. Sylvia, the daughter of a powerful time-loaning businessman, lives a life of immense privilege, yet never swims in the ocean. A simple, natural pleasure, forbidden by an unnamed fear, a perceived risk, a metaphor perhaps for the disconnect the truly rich have from the raw, vibrant pulse of life that defines the less fortunate. Will, a man who understands the preciousness of every second, dares to break these unspoken rules, to remind her of the simple, unquantifiable joys that time can buy, if one chooses to spend it on experience rather than mere existence. The timekeepers, a police-like force, exist to maintain the order of this time-based society. Their leader, Raymond Leon, a man who escaped the poverty of Dayton himself, embodies the harsh logic of the system. For him, time is not merely a resource, but a rightful possession, to be allocated according to the societal structure. He confiscates Will's hard-won time, not necessarily as punishment for a crime, but simply because it does not belong in Dayton. This statement reveals the chilling truth: the system is designed to keep time, and thus life, concentrated in the hands of the elite. Will and Sylvia, once separated by an unbridgeable chasm of wealth and experience, are thrown together by circumstance. They find themselves on the lam, running from the very system that created them. Stripped of their time, left with mere minutes, they are forced to confront the harsh reality of Dayton. They pawn Sylvia's diamond earrings for a single day of time, a poignant exchange of artificial value for genuine, fleeting life. This descent into destitution for Sylvia, the princess of time, is a powerful lesson in empathy, in understanding the desperate struggle of those who live moment to moment. As they become bank robbers, not for personal gain, but to crash the system, their actions highlight the ultimate flaw in this time-driven economy. They steal capsules of time, vast quantities of life, and distribute them to the poor. Yet the system, resilient in its cruelty, simply adapts. Prices increase, devaluing the distributed time, ensuring that the fundamental inequality persists. This speaks to the deeper issues of systemic injustice, where simply adding more of a commodity doesn't solve the underlying problem of unequal distribution and control. Their journey culminates in a daring attempt to seize a million-year capsule from Philippe's vault, an act of defiance aimed at truly destabilizing the system, at giving enough time to enough people to create a genuine shift. Raymond Leon, the timekeeper, pursues them, driven by his own complex past, a man who understands both the allure and the brutality of the system he upholds. His tragic end, timing out because he neglected to collect his per diem, his daily allowance of time, is a stark reminder that in this world, no one, not even the enforcer of the law, is truly immune to the relentless ticking of their own clock. As we gently reflect on this fascinating, unsettling vision, let us consider what it teaches us about our own lives. While we do not have digital clocks on our forearms, our own time is finite, precious, and non-renewable. We cannot transfer it, store it in vaults, or genetically engineer ourselves to stop aging at 25. Our clock, though invisible, is always ticking. The story of In Time is a heightened, dramatic allegory for the value of life, the impact of economic inequality, and the profound power of choice. It asks us, how would we live if every second was visibly accounted for? Would we be more reckless, or more mindful? Would we cherish moments more deeply, or become paralyzed by the fear of their loss? Perhaps, in its extreme depiction, it nudges us to appreciate the time we have. To be present in our moments. To recognize that while we may not exchange time for goods, we exchange our time for experiences, for love, for growth, for purpose. We choose how to spend our precious, finite moments. As your own personal clock continues its quiet work tonight, let these thoughts gently settle. May the concept of time, in all its mystery and value, bring you a sense of calm appreciation for the moments you are living now. Rest deeply, knowing that this quiet time, this very breath you take, is a gift. Wishing you the most peaceful of sleeps, and sweet dreams.